The HOA fined me thousands of dollars for hoarding spring water, claiming my family's old pond was a flood risk. The new HOA president, a woman I'll call Clipboard Karen, handed me a final notice. Release the water, drop the dam gates, or be held liable. She had no idea her case rested on a forged document. It was Tuesday morning, crisp and clear. I was sipping my second cup of coffee on the porch when the mailman delivered a stiff cream-colored envelope embossed with Oakwood Preserve Homeowners Association. I don't live there. My 35-acre property sits just above them, family land since 1952. I had bought it from my grandfather in 1989. Back then, there was just woods and a creek. Inside the envelope was a fine, $2,750, and a letter from Elisa Manort, the new HOA president, accusing me of hoarding spring water and calling my pond a critical flood risk. The language was cold, legalistic, hydraulic hazard, non-compliant water storage. Attached were half-dozen glossy drone photos of my pond, gate, and workshop. They had flown over my property without warning. I'm a retired welder and Army veteran. I believe in rules. That pond wasn't a hazard. It was a spring-fed system I built to county code with 1992 blueprints. It had protected downstream land from flash floods for decades. Their letter demanded I release water and dismantle the gate within 10 business days, or fines would double. Lisa Manort, or Clipboard Karen as locals called her, had been a petty tyrant in her subdivision, obsessed with grass heights and garbage cans. Now her kingdom expanded onto my land. My first thought wasn't anger, it was tired. Paperwork problems have solutions. I called the county. Dale, the senior water inspector, laughed over the phone. Harlan, your pond's grandfathered in 6 ways to Sunday. Records confirm you've been compliant since 1992. They can't touch you. I scanned my original blueprints and the 2010 inspection report and emailed the HOA politely, expecting the matter to end. Didn't. 2 days later, documents irrelevant. Permit expired in 2015. You are in violation. Expired? I checked my files. The permit they cited, WRP 201048B, was fabricated. Their case was a lie. Then my phone buzzed. Jesse, my nephew, sent a link to Oakwood Preserve's Facebook group. Anonymous post, drone footage of my property with scary music. Caption, uphill landowner hoarding water, putting homes and children at risk. The comments were filled with fear and misinformation. The plot became clear. It wasn't about water safety. It was a power and land grab. That night, I barely slept, seeing WRP 201048B glowing in my mind. They thought I'd be scared and compliant. They underestimated me. I drafted a formal request under North Carolina's Public Records Act, demanding all HOA correspondence concerning me. I visited Dale in person, showed him the fake permit. Harlan, I've never seen a permit number like this. It's bogus, he said. A week later, the HOA sent redacted papers. Tucked inside, a crude forgery, signed by Bill Patterson, who had retired in 2008, 2 years before the fake 2010 date. On the back of a page, Lisa emailed a board member, "He's not even in the HOA. Let's push hard." It was never about flooding, it was a land grab. I called Jesse. He brought his drone. We surveyed the property line, measured distances, and filmed the gate, overlaying the county plat map. Proof was clear. The gate was 15 feet inside my property, out of their jurisdiction. Travis, my neighbor's civil engineering student's son, ran rainfall models and runoff calculations. His report confirmed my pond reduced peak water flow downstream. Removing my gate would cause predictable flooding. I had built a file, photos, blueprints, permits, emails, drone footage, and an engineering report. Lisa started a war of paperwork, but I had artillery of my own. The 6th week, a courier delivered a notarized final notice demanding I drain the pond. The letter was aggressive, signed, sealed, hand-delivered. A gift. I called Jesse, placed a GoPro in an oak tree overlooking the gate. I called Dale, who confirmed. Comply with the order and liability shifts to them. I posted a notice at the gate. Retention gate being opened under duress to comply with HOA's notarized directive. Copies went to the HOA, county, and a lawyer friend. Late afternoon, wrench in hand, I opened the gate slowly, just 2 inches. A steady stream flowed downhill, peaceful. Not a flood. Promise. Rain was coming. Gravity would finish the work. The pond dropped as expected. Everything worked as designed. The HOA, however, had destroyed the natural buffer on their green belt for a garden fete. Landscaping crews bulldozed waist-high grasses and cattails, creating bare dirt that led directly to a blocked storm drain. The first rain arrived, followed by a burst from a water main, thousands of gallons gushing into the same culvert. My small stream, combined with overflow and rain, created a muddy swamp across the HOA's green belt and into the lawns of the houses at the bottom. Jesse flew his drone. We captured the flow, overlaying rainfall data, tax maps, and timestamps. The video was undeniable. Negligence documented. I emailed it to Dale. I complied. They didn't. Regards, Harlan Cobb. Saturday arrived, the day of the spring garden fete. The green belt was gone, replaced by a shallow brown lake. Stakes marking vendor booths poked out of the water like gravestones. Floodwater breached lawns, halfway up vinyl fences. Lisa called, shrieking, "You did this. We're ruined. We're suing." I calmly replied, "Lisa, you sent a notarized letter demanding I open the gate. I complied. You have it all in writing." Silence. Then the line went dead. County drones arrived. They documented violations, illegal buffer removal, blocked culverts, and a failing retaining wall. Local news covered the disaster. Residents demanded answers, exposing Lisa's negligence and lack of action over years. The HOA's arrogance had caused the disaster. I merely followed orders. County fines, $85,000. Settlements to flooded families, 6-figure damages. Lisa disappeared from meetings. Her home sold at a loss. Criminal investigation ongoing for forgery. The HOA rewrote rules. No action against non-members without board majority, certified engineering report, and legal counsel. Safety over control. Weeks later, Frank visited my pond. "It's looking good, Harlan. You saved the community from a bigger disaster." We shook hands. That was the only apology I needed. The neighborhood hired civil engineers. Rain gardens replaced the barren green belt. Blocked culverts replaced. Responsibility and resilience restored. My pond is calm, my property safe. I'm just an old man on family land. But sometimes neighbors walking their dogs look up and nod. Respect earned quietly. All I did was follow orders. Sometimes that's all it takes. And perhaps the greatest lesson everyone finally learned. Watch nature, respect its rules, and never underestimate it.